Today's video, we are going to be discussing how to master daily bias entries. Okay, so now we're going to use what we learned from last week. If you have not watched my previous video, I will recommend you go back and watch it because I discussed about how to identify your daily bias or maybe your weekly bias using the traditional market structure that existed years before. Let's get straight into the video. So last week we discussed that anytime you want to identify your market structure or your daily bias, we want to always look for breaks of structures. Okay, it doesn't really matter how big or small it is, just make sure there is a clear break and you will not have any problem actually trying to understand what is going on. Okay, so in today's video we are going to look at how to now use that particular opportunity to take an entry. Last week we spoke about why this particular market right here is a bullish market on the weekly, and this week we are going to talk about why this is still bullish. And you can imagine that we have a bullish structure, we're expecting the next move to the upside. As to whether this particular structure here is going to pull back a bit to this particular zone before going up, or is just going to continue from here and go up. All we know is that the weekly time frame is bullish. So now we know that the weekly time frame is bullish. We want at least 2 time frames to be in sync for us to take our structure. So weekly is bullish at this moment. So weekly is equal B, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now what are we having on our daily? So let's go into our daily time frame. On our daily time frame we are bearish. While weekly time frame is bullish, the daily time frame is bearish. Why am I saying the daily time frame is bearish? Because price hasn't broken the structure of this high or the high of this daily time frame, and hence the reason that we are still bearish. Okay, so weekly time frame is bullish. Now we have monthly time, now we have daily time frame being what? Bearish. So daily, I think this is going to conflict a bit, so I'm just going to spare it a full bearish. And this one, if I make it blue or maybe violet, my color, that'll be okay. All right, so now that we have daily being bullish and weekly being bullish and daily being bearish, we want the next time frame to be also bearish. Okay, so if I find the next time frame, which is the 4-hour being bearish, then we can be able to look for potential selling opportunities from the lower time frames, which is the 1 hour, a 15-minute, and so on. All right, now the daily time frame being bearish, what are we seeing on the 4-hour time frame? The 4-hour time frame created same lows like the daily time frame, but eventually we started seeing price surging to the upside, trying to give us a different direction. So we switched from being bearish on the 4-hour time frame to having a little pullback. So the question is this pullback going to go up from this place or not? Well, no, we don't know yet. We are just trying to follow what structure is telling us. So at this moment we are having a bullish sentiment pushing in on the 4-hour. So in this particular situation, all you want to do is wait, because all you can see from this structure right here is that there is no clear direction onto where the market is going. But all you know is that since the daily is bearish, then the 4-hour is automatically going to be bearish, because there is no break of structure from the lower time frame, which is the 4-hour. That shows that we are going either up or down. So we are quite in a ranging market. All right, on the lower time frames you might find other entries, but as for me, I think staying away from this such market is always going to be the best for you. That's if you don't actually want to get caught on the wrong side of the market. But regardless, we are having a ranging market on the 4-hour time frame. So what do? We go on the 1 hour and we find and see what we have. So on the 1 hour time frame we have a bullish sentiment. So since on the 1 hour time frame we have a bullish sentiment, we are going to be looking for other things like a pullback to actually look for a better trade. So if you check on this particular area right here, you can see this particular zone that I am going to mark is quite strong. All right, because it has ranged for a while, broke this structure above and ranged, tap on it multiple times for going up, and it is back into that particular range again. If you want me to show you, you can see that we have multiple touches from this particular structure right here. And if I draw it, you will realize that this touches is showing us that we have a bullish sentiment on the 1 hour time frame. So what will you want to see in this particular moment here? I want to see price giving me a very good candlestick pattern, which is this rejection that is being created. And the next thing I would like to see is probably a close of a 1 hour candle to the upside that closes slightly above this particular range here, and I will have my next resistance level that is going to be found on this exact row. Okay, so you can see we have this particular one also here protecting us. So but how strong is this resistance level? Well, it is not that strong, but to be on the safer side, you want to be above this resistance level. So I think we can choose this one as our resistance level, which is exactly what I looked at. And you can see from here we have a very good resistance. Price came here, rejected it, came back down, breakthrough, came back, tried to pass through back. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4 multiple rejections right here. So inside of this is a no-go area for you to look for a sell or a buy. I would rather like to see price come back into this particular direction, and then I'll look for a sell, or maybe go up, come to this direction, then I'll look for a buy. So today I'm going to make this video as short as we can, but what would I like to see? What are the candlestick patterns that I would like to see? After this rejection has been shown, I am expecting to see a close of an engulfing candle above this particular structure here, which actually shows that I am going to go bullish. Then my entry is going to be exactly on this one. I'm not going to wait for any retest. I can just take this here, and my stop loss will be slightly around here, or maybe even slightly below that particular resistance level, and my TP is going to go overall to the weekly high. So that is to mean that I'll be taking a swing trade at this particular point. So taking the trade to this particular weekly high won't be bad, and that can take a whole lot of time. And what if price happens not to go in my direction and decides to go back down? Where will be my target? So well, with this particular scenario, I'll be looking to target price on the weekly resistance zone, which is a weekly small rejection that we had, and that alone should give us an idea of where price is heading. So if you check through, we have a weekly indecisive candle, which is actually exactly on this particular price zone right here. Now on this particular weekly area, we've had a serious rejections from this zone right here. So price hasn't gotten there yet. And if price refuses to cross above this particular weekly rejection that we have on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, but then comes down to this particular rejection down here, then we would like to have a support that will give us the strength to be able to push this price back to the upside. So that is exactly what I am looking for to. I have my confirmations that I use to take this trade, which is basically after price comes to this particular area here, which is my area of interest, then I would like to see price giving me a slight inducement, which I would like to see something like this. Then price taking out this level, then I'll have my 3 confirmations or more confirmations to be able to confirm this, which is basically one of them is a candlestick pattern, a trend line or the psychological level, and then I have my inducement also leveled at a particular area. Well, I have a very key secret right here that helps me look for my entries without any hesitation, and that will be shown in my next video. So please try to make sure you stay tuned and wait for my part 3 of how to take a better entry on the after a better entry using how to take a better entry using the weekly bias trading strategy. See you guys in my next video.